What would somebody completely removed from society think if they were to tap into social media? American democracy, from its inception, has brought with it the guarantee that ideologically opposed minds would have to clash to ensure the freedoms the nation was founded on. But over the years, this interaction has become more and more explosive. Technological restriction once kept this from being the reality. In the past, public agenda formation flowed through a select range of official channels, but more and more these traditional routes for public agenda setting have been turned into a chaotic mess of opinion and fact, and political partisanship has never been higher. So what's changed? What's triggered this deepening of divides? Well, a lot of things, but nothing has impacted politically based communication more than the rise of social media.
When we first launched, we were hoping for, maybe 400, 500 people, and now we're at 100,000 people.
It took 3 years for you to get the first tweet to the billionth tweet. It now takes users 1 week to send 1 billion tweets.
Instagram is now worth more than $100 billion.
What is the Facebook exactly?
You sign on, you make a profile about yourself by answering some questions, entering some information such as your concentration or major at school, phone numbers, instant messaging screen names, anything you want to tell, interests, what books you like, movies, and most importantly, who your friends are.
The majority of popular social media applications share similar baseline characteristics that contextualize the way in which they're used. To center this generalized look at social media, we can look at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, all of which have a similar sign-up process intended to convey the version of ourselves we want others to see.
Then you can browse around and see who people's friends are and just check out people's online identities and see how people portray themselves and just find some interesting information about people.
With the online self and environment established, we then communicate.
You see, it doesn't much matter what you say on the telephone. The telephone as a service is a huge environment, and that is the medium. And the environment affects everybody. What you say on the telephone affects very few. And the same with radio or any other medium.
Today, social media is the environment. It is the medium for communication. Medium theory asks, what are the relatively fixed features of each means of communication? And how do these features make the medium physically, psychologically, and socially different from other media and from face-to-face interaction? To answer this, we can look to those relatively fixed features existing within Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Specifically, posting, commenting, sharing, and liking. If this is what communication looks like face-to-face, this is what it looks like within social media.
I've been getting the worst sleep lately. #school, #exhausted. I've been getting the worst sleep lately. #school, #exhausted.
Same, dude. Finals are killing me.
I hate econ. I have a 30-page essay due tomorrow.
Prioritize sleep, bro.
Watch this video. Helps me every time.
That shit is so dumb, it does not work.
That sucks. Get your shit together.
The world of social media, the whole information ecosystem now, is one of chaos and clutter, in which there are literally hundreds of millions of voices all kind of screaming at the same time.
DC Bureau Chief of Mother Jones Magazine, David Korn, references the fragmented, often unconstructive nature of communication that exists within social media.
The immediacy of social media is that you look at things quickly and move on. I mean, I can actually tell by looking at my analytics how many people looked at a tweet I did and how many people actually clicked on the link to the story I wrote.
The medium doesn't cater to in-depth analysis. This is further validated by research, including a $300 million NIH study.
Based on her data and the results from other studies, Dr. Baggett is among scientists who believe screen time stimulates the release of the brain chemical dopamine.
So you're more likely to act impulsively and use social media compulsively instead of checking yourself.
In addition, MIT professor of social studies of science and technology, Sherry Turkle, highlights
the very presence of a phone on the periphery of a landscape leaves people feeling less connected to each other, less interested in each other, less empathic toward each other.
Thus we see social media reduces empathy while instigating impulsivity, which directly inhibits productive political discourse.
I think it's pretty clear that the rise of social media has led to intensification of political divisions. It's not a medium that makes it easier for people to read information that might challenge what they think and that might lead to productive conversations across ideological divides. Right now, the heart and soul of our media information environment is up for grabs. And whatever happens will be of tremendous importance to the very core of our democracy.
Face-to-face conversation is the most human and the most humanizing thing that we do.